What's up, hackers? Welcome to CTI Live. My name is Taggart, and tonight we've got a small crew here so far, as is usual for Wednesdays, which means we can get weird. And indeed we are. We're going to write some exotic malware payloads here in Rust, of course, my favorite programming language. There's more than one reason for using Rust for this, though. But what are we doing? We're going to be writing XLLs. What are XLLs? Well, you may have heard them in the news recently because it turns out that Microsoft is about to block them the same way that they blocked I was about to say DLLs. The same way that they just blocked Office files with macros in them. Meaning that if they have the mark of the web, if they were downloaded from the internet, they will no longer be permitted. But that doesn't mean they're not still cool, and as we've seen, there are plenty of ways around that particular restriction. But yeah, if you're curious about what this new restriction is going to be, you can check this Bleeping Computer story out. Pretty interesting to see. But what are they? They are Excel DLLs, right? They are DLLs that are built specifically for use with Microsoft Excel, which I think is kind of a cool concept. Now, Word has something similar. However, the way with a WLL, however, the way that Excel loads them is different and a little bit scarier. And so Talos actually had a great write-up on XLLs and why they're so gnarly about a month ago. And just to give you a basic idea of why these things are so scary, let me show you this. So let's do a touch WinHome downloads test.xll. There's nothing in it, but just by as I delete a bunch of stuff from here before I show you my downloads folder. There we go. Yeah, so check this out. That right there. Where are my power toys? There we go. That is what I just made. And the .xll extension gives it an Excel icon. And from a payload delivery standpoint, that's really scary, right? Because now we have essentially a plausible reason for a user to click on this thing. Now, if we do, Excel's not going to do anything useful with it, especially if this is a blank file. Right? But it does look like an Excel thing. So it's a much easier trick to pull on somebody than, say, these .js files, right? JScript files, which we also know works. Okay, so what's up with XLLs? How do they work? Microsoft does have a pretty solid bit of documentation on these, luckily. Now, we have a bunch of this in here, but it turns out that we don't need all of this. Like, we don't need to interact with Excel, really. All we need to do is have this thing fire up and execute. And so there is a function called XL auto open whenever the XLL is activated. So we need this function defined, okay? That's one piece. And then if that sounds familiar, it kind of is. It's very similar to how you would create a macro to automate Visual Basic execution inside of Excel or Office or Word, right? Using that macro methodology, you would write a macro called auto open, and then in Excel, the way that you would do that is that you would name a cell auto open. And then all of a sudden you would have immediate macro execution, as long as macros were enabled. But this doesn't even need that. So, apologies, I'm a little stuffy today. So, I want to try to write one of these things in Rust. It seems like it's possible. I know that I can write DLLs in Rust. Although, I've never really done it. So we're going to go on a little Rust adventure here. And I may be overly emboldened with some success I've had this week writing Rust for a little bit of an at-work project that will never see the light of day. But writing some Rust-based sample ransomware for us to train on, which involved using the Windows API to delete volume shadow copies, which is pretty cool. And I got it working, so I figured, you know what, if I can work at that level of the, of COM programming with the Windows API, I should be able to figure this out. So what does a DLL look like in Rust? So when you run cargo new, you have some options, and one of them is to create a package with a library target, and that's in fact what I've done for our XLL demo here. I ran cargo new --lib XLL demo. So that's what I've started with. The difference really is in the way that the source file and the cargo.toml get created. If we look at our cargo.toml, you can see that, oh, actually, not even anything here, but the source is, let me zoom this in so it's a little bit easier for you to see. The source is lib.rs rather than main.rs, right? And it weirdly has this, like, it expects you to be writing tests as opposed to not. So it has all this stuff in it. We'll just knock this all out at the moment. Now, there are some extra things that you need in order to write a DLL. For one, and I'm using this Rust DLL demo that I found that seems pretty useful for this. I don't know how old this is. 2 years ago, so some of this may have changed. Rust being Rust. But I do think that the crate type, cargo crate type, let's look that up. Because I think, cargo targets, perfect. cdylib, right? Library targets defines a library that can be used and linked. Yeah, so it's a cdylib that we want, rather than a binary. So we're going to add that to our cargo.toml. There we go. So what does that do? If we do cargo build, sorry, wait, did I remove all? Yeah, let's do just a cargo build here and see what happens. Okay. Okay, so it built a shared object file because I built it for Linux by default. So let's do a cargo build target x86-64 PC Windows GNU, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now if we look at target, hey, look, it's a DLL. So that is how we do that. Now, there's no guarantee that this works, and in fact, I'm pretty sure it won't, because writing DLLs, you have to do a couple of special things, right? So just to prove the point, let's write something that actually should work, right? So let's do like use std process command, and then let's do a function main. And I know this isn't what it's supposed to be. That's the point, though. Command spawn and totally blanking on how to do this. That's why we have documentation. rs process command. Yes, indeed. I've created a shortcut to search the Rust docs with RS. It happens enough that... Yeah, command new. That's right. That's right. Okay, so command new calc.exe dot spawn. Okay. And says, spawn dot unwrap, because it's a result. Cool. Function main is never used. Let's build this thing. Right, we know that it's dead code, but let's copy it. So copy target debug XLL demo DLL. We'll copy it to in home downloads, and PowerShell's kicking. Let's go over to downloads here. Right, run DLL 32.exe. Nothing. And that's because this isn't what DLLs are looking for. Right? If we do something very, very simple like how to write DLL. How is DLL formed? Bloop, 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 bloop. I believe what we need is a DLL main. This. Oh, it's an optional entry point into a dynamic link library. When the system starts to terminate its process, it calls the entry point function for each loaded DLL using the first thread in the process. So, okay, so if we give it a DLL main, which is expecting a bool, although this is C++, so...
Yeah, this is Night Ride FM, and we are doing another test. This is Dennis G. How are you doing?
Oh, go away, Dennis G.
Evening?
If we have a small number of viewers tonight, I might go to the weird music. Yeah, so this is kind of why I had that example up. In our example here, what's the weird music? Oh, it's going to be Vaporwave. Or we might go all the way weird, depending. My Vaporwave radio station is back after a long outage. I'm pretty excited about that. But then, if I really wanted to drive you all crazy, I would go to the Mallsoft. So here, see how they're creating a DLL main function? Now, also notice that they're using WinAPI to define return types here. I don't know that this is necessary. I really don't. The no mangle is important, though. What does the no mangle macro do? Or attribute, right? To disable standard symbol name mangling. So this is really important, right? Because by default, Rust is going to mess with function names, but this has to be right. So if we decorate this thing with no mangle, then we guarantee that it's called DLL main. So I'm going to start there. I ran into XLLs in the wild for the first time this year and honestly thought it was a DLL that was renamed to bypass an extension filter. I mean, it is a DLL. It's just a DLL that has a special function that Excel or a set of functions that Excel itself knows what to do with, right? Like Excel auto open. It is still a DLL in every shape that matters. Like if you were to analyze it, I'm pretty sure it would still look like a PE, right? But what were we doing? We were unmangling this function name. And we'll call it DLL main. Just to see what happens here. Still not popping calc. So we have, I think we have, let's have it return a bool. I wonder if that's enough. Just have it return true here. Nope. Okay, so we have a little bit more work to do here, and that's fine. What I will end up doing, I'm almost certain, is translating this, though, because I don't like this. I don't like the WinAPI crate. Sometimes you have to use it, but I would much rather not. So each instance handles the DLL. Oh, it takes these things. Okay. D-word, F2 reason, and reserve. Okay, so what are our arguments here? A handle to the DLL module. The values in the base address of the DLL. Let's tile. Honest to God, I'm using that feature more than I thought I would inside of Vivaldi. Quickly getting two tabs side by side. Yeah, I'm using that all the time. Now, I did the wrong ones. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so we have... On this side, we have an H instance. Oh, those are the arguments, right? We don't need to figure out what they are. We just need to define them. Right. Okay, so... Windows, RS. Yeah. So this is the official Windows crate. And it's a little bit tricky to get started with, but I prefer it to I prefer its setup to the WinAPI. And we don't have any features just yet, but we will shortly. Probably, well, we'll add some of these and then knock them off, right? I don't think we need the data XML DOM. I don't think we need security. I don't think we need system threading. And we don't need the UI windows and messaging. Foundation is my guess, is what we'll need. So save this out. And then let's go to the documentation. Yes, that. All right, perfect. So this is where we start having to compare these things. So We need H instance, D word, LP void, and bool. We need these types imported. How do we do that? Hey, look, it is in Foundation. Let's see if they all are. That'd be handy. Bool. H instance. What about D word and LP void? No. Oh, that sucks. Oh, you know what? It might just be a pointer. They might just call it a handle. Yeah. It might be a handle. Because what is it? It handles the DLL module. But then... the reason code. Yeah, this is going to be a UN32 anyway. And... do we have these constants? I'm just seeing, what do we have? DLL. What you got for me? System services. So we're going to need Win32 system services. I can do that. So depending on what features you add, that's the code that gets added to Rust for you, or gets added to what you actually download. Now, one of the reasons I love doing this with the Windows crate rather than the WinAPI crate is that it is intelligent enough to compile without errors on Linux. Believe it or not. And like without me having to do conditional compilation. So like if I were using the WinAPI crate, eventually we'll get there. But if I were to do the Windows API crate, or the WinAPI crate, I should say, I would have to do config Windows for this. And see how that grays out this entire function? That means that I would have to, if I really wanted to have live checking, I would have to be developing this on Windows, which I can do, but I do not like to, for a number of reasons. Not really what I want to do. I always forget what the keyboard shortcut for closing panes is. No. Close pane. Control Shift W. There we go. That's what I wanted. And now why did I do this? Rust up update. Yeah, I was going to update Rust on Windows just in case I needed to. I don't like doing this. But if I wanted to build on the Windows side, I could. total aside, but did you know that you can get Vim in PowerShell to work with your clipboard? Yeah, I have to edit it, but set clipboard equals unnamed. Yeah. And then see if this works. Yeah, it does. I didn't know that you could do that, but that's pretty cool. I had a lot of reason to be playing around with Vim last couple weeks because we're about to have a course launch on Vim. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Okay, back to the matter at hand. All right, so we need things we know we need. We know that we need handle. So let's go import some of these. To do that, we'll use Windows. Windows Win32. And then Win32? Yeah, foundation. There we go. So what do we need from there? We need handle. Actually, I don't know that we need handle. We need H instance, yeah, and bool. Okay. So those are some types we've imported. So if we're going to write this DLL main, right. Agents DLL. And that's in each instance. And then I don't like doing the snake case. This is Rust after all. Let's call it an unsigned in 32 and see what it does with that. And then LP void is interesting. I don't get that, do I? No such luck. Do I have it anywhere else? Nope. What is it? Oh, it's just nothing. Right? LP reserved. It's just reserved. So it's nothing. Is there a null value in here, or... Indeed there is. Now I can also do a null if I wanted to from standard mem. And in fact, we'll try that first to see if we can get away with it. No, pointer. No. Because they're calling it, we still need to add the argument. It'll be passed, right? So actually, I don't need to... Reserver, reserved. Okay. And what else did this example have? It had process attach, but we don't care what it's doing. We're just gonna run, yeah. Okay. Let's see what this does. So I didn't need bool, and I didn't need handle, and I didn't need this. All right, now we're compiling the Windows crates. It did compile. Still no calc. I'm not doing something goofy with run DLL, am I? Nope. I am not. Hey, Sar! Happy 14 months. Wow. Wow. You know what it does? I can give VIPs now. So let's just take care of that. You can't stack mod VIP? Oh, probably not. Oh, no, look at that. Orbital was already a VIP. Okay. So that, like, didn't exactly work. It's a P32 executable x86-64 for Windows. right, what's min win def here? Yeah, I don't think so. What you can do safely inside here is very limited. Yeah, we know. Okay, so we'll try this. Right? Where because it's what? Process attach is 1. So we'll toss that in here. And then for anything else, but this does return a bool. Oh, yeah, which we're doing. So that's fine. That actually looks okay. Yeah, let's turn on warn non-snake case. Or turn that off. That's why that was off in the example. That makes sense. No warnings. Nicola Christov, thank you so much for the follow. All right, let's try something a little bit. See if this works at all. Maybe my command was an issue. Nah. So, I mean, I feel like our bones are here. Full D-word agents to some people would. Yeah, okay. Ooh. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. We have to tell it that it's returning a Windows spool. Which is in fact a 1 or a 0, believe it or not. Yeah. like so. All right. Does this make a difference? Because it's Windows API function, that's right. So true and false are, I mean, they're going to be represented as zeros and ones anyway, but just to make sure that all the typing is correct, right? We've told, we know that DLL main is supposed to look like this. Now, the other thing that I haven't done is I haven't done extern system, and I think that actually might be the kicker. If I define it as an extern system function, I think we might be good. I think that's it. Right, because what I'm writing essentially foreign function interface from Rust to C++, right, to the Windows API. So that's what extern does. The extern keyword is used in two places. One is in conjunction with the crate keyword to make your Rust code aware of other Rust crates, like extern crate, whatever. The other one is for foreign function interface, which is what we're doing, right? So in this case, the system, whatever the system happens to be, that's what we're writing to. Okay, so nerds. I really thought we had it there. I'm not crazy, right? A double word. Yeah, so 32. 32 bits. I wasn't wrong. So this should be unsigned 32. Actually, you know what? Let's make it assigned 32. I can't imagine that would matter, but... because we're not getting any errors, you know? So it's hard to say what's up. Okay, well... let's ask ChatGPT. At the very least, it'll give us a direction, which is kind of how I've been using it. That's design. I know. So that's like not true, but we'll see what else it has. Right, there's the cint. That's ridiculous. It won't tell me no. So it does the no mangle. Pub extern SD call. All right, so look at that. At least we got something here. So in the librs, use the DLL link to define the DLL entry point. Link name equals user 32. So that we haven't seen before. But this is interesting. Right? Ooh, the link section. Specify the object file that a function or static will be placed into. Oh, interesting. That this was made as a mutable handle here, or nothing. U32. And this is a mute nothing. Oh, wild. Well, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's fine with it. Made no difference. I know this is possible. Ooh. Oh, that doesn't matter. You should never perform the following tasks within DLL main. Call load library. Okay. Call create process. Create that. Okay, well. All right, Reddit. Ooh. So they're calling it STD call 2. But no. How to compile a DLL in Rust. Yeah. All right, let's Make sure DLL main is in there. Pure rust injectable DLL. That looks very similar. Make a thread to live in. I really want to figure this out. This has been on my to-do list for a while. All right. Let's all right, let's separate our concerns here then. And let's go back to our Windows crate. Console. So notice we're going to need a new feature to do this. Okay. And then, so I think I'm coming to the conclusion that we're close here, but that system console, okay, but that we basically can't do Rust stuff anymore. Like, this isn't going to play ball. Once we're in the context of an extern function, that we have to use like the Windows API to do our thing. So we'll use create process or something like that, right? So this is system console 32. Yeah. Console. Oh, I did not save the cargo.toml, which is why it wasn't completing for me. Okay. Oh, right. Put that in an unsafe block, and then we'll try a print line. Get rid of this. Say hi. And you know what? I think we need to return a 0. Just realizing that. Okay. Let's recompile that and see what happens. Aw, man. Let's get rid of the match to remove all doubt. Yes, making sure it's the right thing. Nope. Okay, so let's see. We have a cargo.toml. One API is doing a bunch of stuff here. Okay. Message box. Okay. This is like DLL injection. This is much harder than what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to write an actual DLL here. Yeah, that's no good. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, but is it... That seemed cool. A dynamic Windows system DLL proxy, a macro for defining an entry point for a CDY lib. On Windows, this macro will wrap your function DLL main and call it when the DLL attaches. It will look up exports of supported proxies based on our own module name and store them effectively. Create a dynamic proxy we could add to any. This crate is pretty unsafe. That seems insane. Like, no one is touching this thing. This is probably not the solution to my problem. It seems cool, though. Am I doing anything stupid with trying to run this with run DLL32? Is that not how I should be testing this? unhelpful. Yeah, the problem is the searching for this is coming up with the wrong thing, right? What we're finding is how to use DLLs in Rust rather than how to make DLLs in Rust. Right. Yeah, this isn't really what I want to be doing. We're going to get this. Let me make sure that I'm not doing something goofy with run DLL. Like, not running it in an elevated context. Which would, you know, maybe have an impact. Okay, not that much of an impact. But still, we're going to keep that around because... Entry point. So... DLL displays the... Well, can I specify the entry point? That's neat. I'll be damned. Yes, you can. There was a problem starting XLL demo.xll. A dynamic link library initialization failed. So that sort of worked. Okay. All right. So I don't know what's failing. I'm a little concerned about that, but now let's knock this off. That'll be interesting. Okay, now I'm really curious. I'm still getting this run DLL error, and I don't know what that's about, but that's pretty interesting. Now, if all is correct, we're going to write another function here. We're going to call it XL auto open. And it's going to essentially work. I mean, let's look at the spec for XL auto open then. Takes no arguments. Callback function must be implemented and exported by every valid XLL. The XL auto open function is the recommended place where should register functions commands. Yeah. Okay. So XL auto open. Yeah. No mangle. That's fine. Okay. There's no way this is going to work, but we're going to build this, and then we're going to copy this over to XLL demo.xll. And now okay, so we got a security alert. Oh! Now, the file format and extension of XL element don't match. This file could be corrupted or unsafe. I'm not really sure why that's true. That's really not that much to do. And in fact, if that's true, I don't even need the main, right? I'll knock off this. I don't need the a la console either. Is that right? Is that all I need? Oh, actually, you know what's cool? Yeah, XL auto open doesn't do anything. So all I have to do is this. Wow, how easy is this? Do I not even need the DLL main entry point? I thought that was required. Apparently it's not. Could it really be that simple? Yeah, we're not using any of this. I don't even need the Windows crate. Stop. And it didn't pop an error either. That's not fair. That's not fair. Look at that. Oh my god, it doesn't even open up garbage afterward. This is my new favorite delivery mechanism, and it's not even close. Are you kidding me? Okay. What else can we do with this? I mean, I have all of the injection stuff in If I wanted, I have all the shellcode injection stuff in Rust from Offensive Notion. We could play with that. What do you think, chat? What should we make this thing do? Sliver payload. Okay, so I want to do a sliver payload. I don't like... They're huge. Okay, though. I could basically copy pasta Rusty Needle inside of this. Yeah, exactly. I could just take Rusty Needle and, like, turn it into a library. Now that's an interesting thought. There's a bunch of stuff that goes on in Rusty Needle, though. It's like, it's such a bear. Because it has all this async stuff going on in it. But we can do it. Yeah, let's go for it. Good God. Is my Kali machine running? It's not. Let's bring that up. So I'm gonna have a target here. Before we do that, I want to try something a little bit easier. I just want to see. Wow, that's bananas. I'm closing all of this, and then we're gonna run. Yeah, you. Request. Oh, right. I'm so used to doing the copy pasta into cargo.toml. I totally forgot you can do this now. You can just do cargo add request. And then you can just have it. And it'll get added to your cargo.toml. I hope. Yep. And it's going to work. How's everybody doing tonight? This diehard crew here on Wednesday evenings. God, we don't need any of this. Let me just knock this off. I'll leave it for now, for reasons. I may add Windows dependencies back. Oh, it's so funny. Okay. So we can spawn calcs. equals client. No, I do not remember how to do this. Oh, is it literally just... Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yet. Where's my Kali box? I wish you could configure the position of the RDP bar. That would be useful to, like, specifically me. I don't know if anyone else cares about that, but I always move this thing off position. Because I have stuff here I need to click on. I don't want this in the way. Zoom in. Okay, we gotta change this up to C2 CD payloads. I haven't resaved this Tmux Resurrect in a minute. There we go. Now it'll open up the correct way. C2 system CTL start sliver. I was thinking, is there other cool stuff you can do? Because Sliver has, like, we could do an HTTP listener. Or a stage listener, right? Starts a stage listener, will start TCP listener, link to the profile. When a stager calls back to this URL sliver corresponding, this profile will be sent. To create a profile, use the profiles new command. Yeah. Oh. I mean, Defender will pick it up, but this is actually the way easier way to do this. Yeah. Okay, so, what do we got? I have too many IP addresses. What? Bringing the network interface up. Probably prudent. I think I will go further, even, if I do. There we go. Okay. By the way, this is a nice trick. If you don't want to have to parse through all the junk in IPA for IP adder, you can do IPAS, or that's short for IP address show, and you can give it a device. So if you know the device name, that's going to be a little bit cleaner as output is concerned. Right. So, what kind of profiles do I have? Oh, dope. I even have one. That's cool. So, what do I want to do? I want to make the request, get the shellcode, and then do all the stuff I need to do process injection. Which is just Rusty Needle. So basically, actually, reflective injection is really what I want to do. Because with reflective injection, you don't do... Actually, I'll ask chat. Chat, why is reflective injection less likely to get you caught than process injection? In general. There's like a very specific reason. Single process. Yeah, but say more about that, Ginge. There's like a thing, there's literally an API call. A specific API call that you don't do. I mean, actually, you do, but it doesn't trigger the same event alerts. That you don't do when you do reflective process injection as opposed to remote process injection. I'll give you a hint. Cathode ray tubes. Create remote thread. There it is. Yes. Although, you want to know something wacky? Let's see if I can still find this.
Maybe we should go to another planet because Earth is kind of, strange.
Yes. I love ReactOS documentation. This is the coolest stuff. So if we look at create thread, it turns out now ReactOS, if you're not familiar, is a reverse engineering of the Windows API for an open source operating system. And I actually really want to play more with ReactOS because I think it's kind of a cool project. But one of the things it has is its entire API is fully documented, right? So check this out. Their implementation, and I believe the actual implementation of create thread, this is create thread, okay, is in fact calling create remote thread. It's just that the process ID that you give to create remote thread is the current process. It is not actually two different functions. One is just a weird hack around for the other. I don't know why that fact sticks in my craw so much. I just think it's one of those things you look at it like... Someone was phoning that in on a Friday. Okay. So, stage listener. No, we don't need let's encrypt. The profile is going to be MTLS, and the URL is going to be /who? Oh, it's got to be the whole thing, huh? 192.168.1.114. Let's give it 8,000. Nice. So this will be totally unencrypted, right? Oh, I guess we technically could encrypt it with the AES encryption key. Actually, not a terrible idea. We'll see what happens. Wow. Okay, so... Rusty Needle. God, it's been a minute. How did we make all this happen? So, we're gonna get... Wild. Okay, so let's say let URL equals 268.1.114 8000 slash foo. Get URL dot await if res dot status is success, res dot, does it have a bytes? It does. Good. Dot await dot unwrap, and then so this is the shellcode, and then comes the injection, and this is where we're gonna need some Windows stuff. So we know we're gonna need this. So we're going to just toss this right in here. So Windows Foundation, bool, get less error, system, memory, system threading, and actually, yeah, let's go grab these because we know we gonna need them. That's why I didn't get rid of the Windows crate before. Ooh, I need to update this. We're up to Windows 44 now. See? They've been working hard. I have too, just not on Rusty Needle. Which, by the way, to this day, is like, it gets caught sometimes, but it's a shockingly effective injector. And that's all I use it for, is just dropping Sliver payloads, basically. But I use it internally, right? Because I'm internal. I don't work with like external clients, and I'm not technically a pen tester. But I do thread emulation, right? So it works pretty well. Have fun if you're interested. All right. Why am I getting yelled at? Oh, because I don't have a semicolon here. Now I'm getting yelled at for lots of reasons. There's no way this is gonna... Okay, hold on. Async function get shellcode. Yeah, we're gonna do all of this inside. Inster. Okay. You done yelling at me? Now what? Ooh. Tuvek. Cool. All right. So we've got our bytes of our shellcode. And then what do we do? Decode shellcode. Then we do this. Except these print lines are going to be useless because we're not allocating a console. So we're just going to clear, I'm going to at least comment these out. Standard pointer. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Don't need any of this. Right. That's interesting. Some of these have changed. Expected. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, okay. This is looking for an option now. Oh, Windows API programming. I'm worried that I'm gonna get good at this by accident. One of those things where it's like, oh, I hate doing this. Now I have to do it again and again and again and again, and all of a sudden now it's a proficiency. I'm worried that's happening with Windows API programming, specifically Windows API programming in Rust. Because, like, I'm not good at it, but I am doing a lot of it. M-Alpha is good at it. This is just a C. Right. So that should be a C. What? Slowly knocking down. Yeah. We want that one. Ooh, okay. So create well, hold on. Arguments to this function are incorrect. 67, 70, 72. 67. Okay. We'll wrap that in an option. 70. Same deal. And 72. Oh, cool. I believe foundation. Ha 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 ha. SOK is the Windows version of success. Yeah, so if we change this to SOK. Oh, come on. Oh, it returns a Win32 error. Okay, so no error is Win32 0. That's fine. Oh, yes. I love it when I love it when code compiles or it shows no errors. It's such a satisfying feeling. Okay, so what were we doing with all of this? All of this, what we're doing is we're repurposing some injection code. Be a little bit more semantic here. It's get and inject shellcode. Well, what do you want me to do with it? If you just do nothing unless you await or pull them. But I can't... Hold on. There's no way this works. I'll be damned. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. I really didn't think that was going to work at all. Insane. So if this works, it'll call out to our listener get the shellcode and inject it into Excel. And I do have Defender running on this. I'm curious if it's going to pick it up. But I'll tell you what else I am going to do. Okay. I have real-time protection on, but I have cloud delivered and automatic sample submission off like a good researcher. Yeah. Let's open that thing up. Well, something went wrong, but I don't know what it is. Defender shows nothing. No builds, job 2, and then job 2 stopped. That's so interesting. So, I mean, whatever. Right, we can just give it the bytes. So we can do, yeah, profiles, generate, XLL test. Or no, we'll call it foo. And that's the MTLS. And we'll fire up listener on port 8000. Oh no, the addresses aren't in use. Well, that'll explain it. What is using port 8000? I have a Docker image running? No wonder this has been such a pain. Hold on. Docker container. Yeah, that'd do it. That's what I get for testing the PWST stuff that people are having trouble with. Oh my god. Okay, well. I want to see if I can actually use the stage listener. How is it possible that no builds were found? I just did one, but okay, whatever. Okay, not to get lost in all of this rigmarole, the bones of this attack are literally this. right? Write this, give it the function name XL auto open, and then in your cargo, define it as a cdylib, and you're done. You're done. That's all it takes? That's easier than writing a VBA macro. All right. I now have a listener running on port 8000. So let's see what happens. I do not want to start in safe mode. So it's dying, which is interesting. And it's like, huh. It's not even... I wonder if it's the async. I think it might be. I know this is going to yell at me. Okay, but I'm not actually doing anything. Let's not call the function. Let's just define it as async and see if it has issues with that. No, it doesn't. Okay. So... let's turn off the injection. And just see if I can make the HTTP request. That's all I want to do is just make the HTTP request. That did not work. It didn't like that at all. So it's dying at the HTTP request. I assume. I'm going to kill the HTTP listener here. And bring it up here. Just because I want to see if anything happens. No. So that's not working. Huh. I'm wondering if it's the conversion. Although that we would have seen it hit. Huh. I think it's getting killed. Another way. What does this even look like? I can't believe I just did that after saying, oh, hey, you could do this thing with E0. Whoa. Oh, no. There it is. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah. No, Excel's not going to let us play with this. Now, while we're on the topic, there is this thing called a WL. No. Yeah. There are these .wll files. Microsoft. I guess they're a little bit more esoteric. Oh, here we go. Take a malicious DLL, put it in a directory that unprivileged users have access to. Change the extension from DLL to WLL. For anyone testing this with DLLs generated through Metasploit's MSFNM, you'll find that the payload gets executed when word starts, but word then crashes. Executed code directly within DLL main. So this one does use DLL main. Interesting. So let's take what we've done here, right? And try WLLs. Now that we know the basics, Let's get rid of the async. We don't need that. And we're just going to do the calc thing again. So we'll do... command new calc.exe .spawn. And that's result, so we need to unwrap it. Yeah, literally just that. Okay, so then cargo build. And where are we putting this? For real? Okay, so CP target debug wldemo.dll win home app data roaming Microsoft Word oh. Now, if I open Word, what happens? Well, calc didn't pop, that's for sure. DLL main. It's not... Yeah. Modifying section to WLL. Move file word startup. Yeah, okay, so here's your DLL main. Oh, that does take all of that stuff, right? But it shouldn't matter. Out of curiosity. Microsoft Word startup. Yeah, no. So this is like not quite as cool. You know what I mean? Whereas with the XLL file, we can directly compromise. Excel. Now, I don't know why we can't get that HTTP payload to fire at all. That's upsetting. But we might be able to do something else fun. Close out of this. Let's go back to our other one. Oh God. I left all this Tokyo stuff in here. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. It's like, well, that would explain it. No, okay, I didn't. Although, I wonder if that's the issue. See, the thing with async, yeah, actually it would be. Not all is lost. Not all is lost. Okay, so... yeah. The thing with async in Rust, and I can't believe I forgot this, is... I swear I'll finish this sentence. The thing with async in Rust is that Rust provides the async mechanism, but doesn't actually provide an async runtime, and it leaves that as an exercise for the community. So Tokyo is the async runtime that most folks use. It's not the only one, but it's the one that I used. And consequently, yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we're setting this up as our main async function. Then we're setting this up. This might work. Okay, so back here. Either one of these will do. Oh well, worth a try. Wait. Taggart, you doofus, you forgot to rebuild it. There we go. It's not crashing. Oh my god, and we got a hit! Wait, did it just die? I don't see Excel on my taskbar anymore. Okay, but better. Now let's set up this stage listener. Defender, anything? No? Okay. Thanks, buddy. I'm trying really hard to not be a slight bit salty about like the fact I'm glad everybody's here. But I do wish this is cool research, right? I wish more people were able to take advantage of it live. I'm not mad at Defender. Not at all. Like, what's crazy is... Okay. So this isn't crashing yet. Although, I would have hoped that Sliver would have given me some indication that there was a hit. There should be, because it's the same URL as we were hitting over here. So what are we doing? You know? This is still responding too. What are we getting wrong about this? Oh. That's why. I did this super wrong. Is why this isn't working. URL to which the stager will call back to, right? When a stager calls back to this URL, a sliver... No, that's right. Yeah. No, we had this right. So... And Excel's still open, by the way. Just not doing anything. Okay. What is happening? Okay, so let's recompile with the different URL, right? Just straight up 8,000. Okay. Now, How big is Foo? 16 megs. It's not that bad. I feel like this is a Sliver problem. Now it's just saying 404. There's something I don't understand about Sliver stage listeners, I think is what's going on. Okay. As payloads can get pretty big, you may sometimes require use of stagers to execute your implant on a target system. Sliver supports some interpreter staging protocol over TCP. Right. Download stage 2. Right. For this to work, we need to follow a staging server, a stage 2 payload. Oh, yeah. No, actually, this isn't what we're doing. That's partially what's not working. Yeah, because jobs K7. Because we're just using the shellcode. Which we will once again call foo. Oh, but guess what I forgot to do? Forgot to set up the MTLS listener. All right, so the MTLS listener is up. This is set. Let's recompile. That was interesting. So there's the second hit. XLLs freaking out. And it will eventually crash. I'm actually curious, why did it crash? Vaulting module, kernel base. Yeah. Something about the way we're doing this is not... I guess you could just make a Sliver DLL and drop it in the Word file so that you can run it load from DLL main. That's interesting. But yeah, I think to do this we would have to perform some other kind of injection, because I think we're overwriting something important in the memory of the application is what's going on here. So you could like do closer to what we do in Offensive Notion. Why not? Why not give that a try? This has become such a good reference document for certain things. Checked. Yeah. So this is our remote injection, where we give it a PID to inject into. Process all access. We open the process. Virtual alloc X. Yeah. Right, process memory. Actually, this isn't hard. What do we need? Standard mem, null mute, which we have. We need some stuff from mem commit, mem reserve. Actually, we should probably have those already. Yeah. Hey, Benny. Thanks for the follow. Mem commit, mem reserve, page read write, page execute, read. Let me process all access. Threading, which we should already have. Create thread. Let's do create remote thread. Oops. Create remote thread. Process all access. Which I bet, you know what? I bet Excel is gonna hate. Although we're not gonna use Excel. That's the whole thing. Yeah. So basically the plan is it's actually much easier to do remote injection. Believe it or not. And just for testing's sake, I'm gonna open up Notepad and just use that thing. Get process. Thank you. 3184. Easy, right? Control alloc X. Open process, which is going to be in threading. Way above my level of understanding. Hey, the Logris. Me too. I'm barely hanging on for my life here. Oh, it's freaking out about these null mutes again. That's fine. Where it wants to wrap this in a sum. This should be sc.length. We need page execute read write. Oh, you're here for the Choppa I info second op second the Stargate universe talk. Oh man. Yeah. It's a profound irony of the Stargate franchise that a race known as the Gate Builders had no thoughts when it came to information or operational security. Consider the gate address. It's a positional marker. There's no identifying or security component to it whatsoever. The dialer could be anybody. They didn't even have the IDC that the humans used later. Anybody could just dial in. Hey Benny, what will this XLL do? This XLL, I'm hoping now, is gonna do a little create remote thread action. Defender will probably catch it, but that's not the... Defender evasion is not the purpose of this. It's to play with XLLs. XLLs are pretty cool. I'm just learning about them. Oh, that's in Foundation. Neat. It's handy. Do we seriously not need Bool? Seems insane, but fine. Write process memory comes from what? Diagnostics. I hate the way that it does this, but whatever. 132 diagnostics, right? Process memory, which means there. What are we gonna need here? There we go. Win32 system diagnostics debug. That's what we need. Okay. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit because it drives me a little nuts. The way that Rust handles this crate organization. See this? Yeah, so if we do 132 system. Yeah, so what should happen is up here we have system, and then we're gonna wrap this again. Because we have more than one. So memory comes down here. I'm just a stickler for this kind of organization. Memory and then threading. Yeah, there we go. I don't think you need the external crate Tokyo anymore. Yeah, I do. Because I'm still making the call out to my HTTP for the shellcode, and that's async. So I need the Tokyo runtime. And oh, you're right, because I'm not using it anywhere else. Use Tokyo. Yeah. Although that gives me an error that it's not, or it's telling me I'm not using it at all. That's wrong. I need macro use. Or not. You no longer need use macro use as of the 2021 edition. All right. Someone needs to tell their documentation that, because I wrote this stuff last year right off the Tokyo docs. Oh, it's angry about a bunch of stuff here. Let's break this down. I'm pretty sure it wants that to be a sum. Just like that. This was too long anyway. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it wants this to be a sum too. Ooh. There we go. Now, create remote thread. What's your problem? Expected enum option found mute on 35. Yeah, turn that into a sum. These were just updates to the Windows crate since the last time I wrote this code. Yeah, same one here. I was like, oh, maybe we'll get out of here early. Close handle takes a H object, not a reference to it. I think wherever you have some none, you could just use none. Oh, that does make sense. That's much rustier. Oh no, that's not. It's in system diagnostics. There we go. And same here. Oh my God, Benny! Thank you for your help. Instead of transmitting your pointer to another pointer, you can cast it. I'm not doing that. I'm going to leave that alone for now. Yeah. My objective right now is not to write the cleanest Rust code in the universe. My objective is to get this injection working. Okay. Make sure that my listener's still up. It is. I'll be damned. Look at that. We got a Sliver session running through an XLL. You know you got to. Yeah. By the way, Defender is on. And it didn't catch the create remote thread. So that's exciting. Now let's see what happens if I let me open Edge. Notepad. Benny, I'm injecting into Notepad. So let me just open Edge to give it something else to migrate to. This usually is what Defender catches. All right, let's migrate to 7652. Ooh, what? I really thought Defender was going to pick that up. Usually it's pretty good about picking up Create Remote Thread. Nothing doing this time for some reason. That's interesting. Wow. That's nuts. All right, well, friends, here's what we've done tonight. We have written an XLL that successfully performs remote process injection. I'm gonna toy with this a little bit more and maybe turn it into a more handy tool. We'll see. Obviously, right now I'm hard coding the PID, but that's easy enough. You can write a PS to find something that the user owns and go for it if you want. This is nice though. You can even get current process and try. Wonder if that would work. Because remember, create thread is just a create remote thread with get current process for the PID. I can't help it. I really want to see if this works. Change this up to not use the PID. Let's kill Notepad. Kill Edge. Because if I can essentially reflect into Excel, that would be pretty dope. There we go. And this will be the last thing we do tonight. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least this is really easy, right? Get current process ID. It's literally just, it just returns the number. No fuss, no muss. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, Excel. And good morning, Excel. Hit. We got it. We got a reflective injection. Which puts me in documents, which is what Excel does. It sets its current working directory. Wow. You can just use... Hey, Benny, what do you do? You seem to have a lot of knowledge about what we're doing here. Fun fact, you can use -1 instead of calling get current process. I do cybersecurity. Thanks. Very informative. I wasn't sure if you were like a red team software developer. Oh, at Microsoft. All right, well, very cool. I'm glad you still have a job. I guess they weren't really knocking off the cybersecurity departments, were they? The HoloLens were not so lucky. All right. Well, that was more effective than I thought it was going to be once we got it all tuned up. Cool. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did. Nobody that I know is streaming right now, so I think I'm going to just send everybody on their merry way. Hope you have a great evening. I'll be back on Saturday. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I do know that on Saturday we're going to be doing subdomain takeovers. So that'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific if you're interested in subdomain takeovers. Yeah, so until then, learn something new, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and happy hacking, friends. I'll see you next time.